In the heart of modern Britain, one name continues to ignite passion, outrage, and division: Tommy Robinson. To some, he is a truth-teller, a man who dared to speak out when others stayed silent. To others, he is a provocateur, a symbol of hate, misinformation, and social unrest. But who is Tommy Robinson, and how did one man become a mirror of Britain's deepest cultural conflicts? Born Stephen Christopher Yaxley Lennon in Luton, England in 1982, Robinson grew up in a working-class family. He first entered the public eye in 2009, as the founder of the English Defence League, the EDL, a movement that claimed to fight Islamic extremism in the UK. The group quickly gained attention for its street protests and online campaigns, often marked by clashes, police intervention, and accusations of far-right extremism. Though Robinson insists he's not racist and only opposes radical Islam, many critics, including government officials and human rights groups, have accused the EDL of promoting hate and division. Over the years, Robinson has faced multiple criminal convictions, from assault and fraud to contempt of court. One of the most publicized incidents came in 2018, when he live-streamed outside a courthouse during a trial involving a so-called grooming gang. The broadcast violated a court order and risked prejudicing the trial, earning him a prison sentence. Supporters called it censorship. Judges called it reckless interference with justice. To understand Tommy Robinson, we must look at what made him both famous and infamous. The issue of child sexual exploitation in northern England, the grooming gangs scandal. From Rotherham to Rochdale to Huddersfield, dozens of men were convicted of horrific abuse against underage girls, and in several cases, many of the perpetrators were of Pakistani Muslim background. It was a national disgrace, one that exposed deep institutional failures, police neglect, social services silence, and political fear of being accused of racism. For many, Robinson's activism shone a light on a tragedy ignored for too long. For others, he turned it into a weapon, targeting an entire religion for the crimes of individuals. Research and official reviews, including the 2020 Home Office report, found that while some offenders in high-profile cases were indeed of South Asian descent, there was no evidence that ethnicity or religion alone explained the crimes. Sexual exploitation, the report noted, is committed by offenders of all backgrounds. Still, Robinson's message resonated with millions who felt unheard, citizens who believed authorities had sacrificed truth for political correctness. It's this emotional divide, between fear and fairness, anger and accountability, that turned Tommy Robinson from an activist into a cultural symbol. In the age of social media, his message found new life. Banned from Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for hate speech violations, Robinson reinvented himself on alternative platforms. Then came X, formerly Twitter, where figures like Elon Musk defended his right to speak freely. In 2025, when more than 100,000 people marched through London under the banner, "Unite the Kingdom," Robinson stood at the centre, cheered by crowds, condemned by critics. Mainstream media called it the largest far-right rally in Britain's recent history. His supporters called it a march for freedom. According to data from Counter-Hate, Robinson's posts on X generated over 430 million views during the UK riots of 2024, a period marked by unrest, racial tension, and disinformation. Analysts warn that his digital influence has become as powerful as traditional media. He uses emotion, fear, and identity to keep his audience engaged and polarized. Critics argue that his campaigns oversimplify complex social issues, turning local tragedies into national fear, and moral outrage into political ammunition. Tommy Robinson's story isn't just about one man, it's about Britain itself. A country balancing freedom of speech with responsibility, justice with empathy, and truth with propaganda. He embodies a question that the nation still struggles to answer. Where does free expression end? And incitement begin? To some, he's a whistleblower silenced by elites. To others, he's a demagogue exploiting division for fame and profit. He has exposed real pain, but also created new wounds. He has been jailed, sued, and shunned, yet his name continues to echo in the streets and on the screens of a divided Britain. Tommy Robinson, hero to some, threat to others, remains the lightning rod of a nation searching for identity, truth, and unity in an age of noise. His story reminds us that in a democracy, truth is never one-sided. And that freedom of speech comes not only with power, but with consequence. A deep, balanced exploration of Tommy Robinson, one of Britain's most controversial figures. From activism to outrage, from truth to misinformation, this video dives into why his story still divides the nation. In early 2025, Tommy Robinson's name returned to global headlines, not through protest, but through technology. When Elon Musk reinstated his account on X, claiming that sunlight is the best disinfectant, Robinson immediately gained millions of new views and supporters worldwide. For critics, this was a dangerous alliance, a billionaire giving a megaphone to a man convicted of contempt of court. For his followers, it was justice, a moment of redemption after years of what they called digital censorship. At the same time, reports from Hope Not Hate and The Observer revealed new financial links between Robinson's campaigns and US-based donors connected to far-right networks. Investigations described coordinated online pushes, using bots, viral videos, and emotional storytelling to influence British public opinion during times of social tension. But the story doesn't end with money or politics. In towns across the UK, from Leeds to Birmingham, communities still feel the impact of his words. Some claim that his activism gave them courage to speak about local crimes and failures of justice. Others say it made their streets less safe, fueling suspicion toward innocent Muslims and immigrants. Even within Parliament, the debate remains fierce. Some MPs call for tighter rules on online misinformation, others warn that such control risks silencing dissenting voices. The Digital Communications Bill, now under review, could redefine what counts as harmful speech, a legal line that, once crossed, could silence many like Robinson, or protect society from chaos. 15 years after his first protest, Tommy Robinson stands not as a politician, nor a journalist, but as a symbol. A man both amplified and condemned by the system he claims to expose. He thrives in the cracks of public trust, between what people fear, and what they believe is being hidden. Britain's division around him is not just about Islam or immigration. It's about truth, who owns it, who speaks it, and who dares to question it. Tommy Robinson's story is not over. It continues in the streets, in the courts, and across every digital feed where outrage meets belief. He may have begun as one man with a camera, but today, he is a reflection of the struggle for truth in the digital age.